Welcome to video number 3, the standing postures. After completing 5 rounds each of Surya Namaskar A and Surya Namaskar B, we'll move directly into the standing postures from Samastitihi, beginning with Padangustasana, big toe posture. Step or hop your feet about hip width apart, so the distance of your hip points. Fold forward and clasp hold of your big toes, making a loop with your first 2 fingers and thumb. Inhaling, lift the chest, head up, and exhale, fold deeply forward, head down. You can bend your knees if you need to, but over time, try to work the legs as straight and strong as possible without locking out the knee. So engaging the quadriceps, gaze at the tip of your nose. The elbows can draw out to the sides, and the shoulder blades slide down the back, away from the ears. 5 deep breaths here. The legs are strong, the head is down, gazing at the tip of the nose. Inhaling, lift your chest, lift your head, look at the tip of the nose here, and exhale there. Switch the hand position for Padahastasana, foot to hand posture. So standing on the upturned palms, inhale, lift the chest, head up, and then exhale, fold forward, head down. So the toes are by the crease of the wrist. Be sure that you're not taking all the weight in your heels. So maybe shifting the weight of the hips a little bit forward in space, bringing some of your weight towards the front of the foot as well. Breathe deeply. Nasagra Drishti. The elbows draw out to the sides, shoulder blades down the back, away from the ears. Inhale, head up, and exhale there. You can bring your hands to your hips as you inhale to stand up, and exhale, step or jump, Samastitihi. Uttita Trikonasana, the extended triangle posture. Inhaling, step the feet about a leg length apart and reach through the arms at shoulder height. Turn your right foot 90 degrees toward the back of the mat and exhale as you fold to the side. Clasp hold of your right big toe. You can bend the knee if necessary, but again, working the legs straight over time. Reach up and look up at your top hand. Both legs are strong. The heels are in a line. The back toes can be turned slightly forward of the heel. Open the chest as you spin the rib cage towards perpendicular to the floor. Lengthen the spine. You can look at your hand or to the side if you feel like it's a strain on your neck. But ideally, eventually you'll look up at your hand. Inhale, come up, reaching through the arms. Pivot on the heels, so switching the feet. Exhale to take hold of the left big toe, keeping the torso aligned over the front leg as much as possible. Shoulder blades down the back, the neck is long as you turn to look up. Breathe deeply. Don't lock your knees. Keep the legs engaged as you open the hip and the top shoulder up towards the ceiling. Stretching the arm up and grounding through the base of the big toe as you clasp it. Deep breaths, and then inhale, come up, switch the feet again, this time squaring the hips towards the back of the mat for Parivrtta Trikonasana, revolve triangle. Exhale to bring your left hand to the floor outside of your right foot. Twist to the right, reach up, and if possible, look up. You can always look to the side or even down at the hand if you feel like it's a strain on your neck. So in this position, the heels are still aligned and the right hip's drawing back. We try to keep the pelvis fairly square as we twist through the spine, keeping the neck in line, opening the chest and stretching through the arms. Look down and then inhale, come up, pivot on the heels, keeping the feet the same distance apart. Turn the hips towards the front and then exhale, right hand to the floor, twisting to the left, look up. Again, keeping the legs engaged and strong. You can bend the front knee if necessary. Drawing the left sit bone back, opening and twisting through the thoracic spine. Neck is long. Deep, full breath. Reach through the fingertips and press the bottom hand into the floor. Release the pose. Inhale, come up, reaching through the arms at shoulder height. And exhale, step or jump back to Samastitihi. Uttita Parshvottanasana, extended side angle. Inhale, take a longer step this time. Same foot position, you turn the right foot 90 degrees. This time bending the right knee. And exhale, bring your right hand to the floor outside of the foot and extend the left arm overhead. So forming one straight long line from the fingertips to the grounded outer edge of the back foot. Keep your right knee bent and pressing against the armpits, so try not to let it collapse inward. And also it's best if it doesn't travel forward of the midfoot. You can see here my knee is directly above the ankle. Opening the chest. Inhale, come up, reaching through the fingertips, pivot on the heels, and exhale, bend the left knee, left hand to the floor, and reaching the right arm towards where the wall and ceiling meet. Okay, so one long line stretching the side of the body. Keeping the neck long and in line with the spine, you can turn your chin to your upper arm and then stretch the throat, keeping the back of the neck long as you shift your gaze to your top hands. The bent knee presses against the armpit, and the back leg is strong. Inhale, come up for Parivrtta Parshvottanasana, revolved side angle. Inhaling, the left arm reaches up. And as you exhale, bend the right knee and then twist to the right. So coming into flexion of the spine, try to get your left shoulder above your left knee on the outside of the thigh. The left hand reaches for the floor. It may or may not touch it, but it's better to reach for the floor and have the right arm extend overhead. So this is a tricky posture. You can give it time. You'll see on the second side here as I demonstrate a slightly easier way to come into the posture if that didn't quite work. So inhaling to come up. Turn the hips towards the front, and as you exhale, bend both knees so you can bring the right knee to the floor. Use your left hand on your left thigh, and then curl the torso in so you come into flexion, trying to get that right shoulder on the outside of the knee or thigh. And then straighten the back leg and extend the arm overhead. So I'm grounding that back heel. Again, don't let the front knee cave in. Keep it nice and strong. Stretch through the spine and draw the left sit bone back. The neck is long as you shift the gaze towards the extended top hands. Then release the pose. Inhale, come up, reaching through the arms, and exhale, step or jump, Samastitihi. And then again, taking a seat. So Sukhasana, Jnana Mudra, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, the flying upward lock. So the lower belly draws in to support this vertical lifted spine. Draw up from the crown of the head as well as from the occipital base of the skull. Gaze down at the tip of the nose and practice deep, free, steady breath with sound. Slowing down the breath, the mind becomes focused and quiet. After 10 or more deep breaths here, lie down and take rest. So begin to incorporate these standing postures into your practice, at least for a week or more, before moving on to standing postures part 2 in the next video. Namaste.